Hello Blender folks, welcome and welcome back to Neocene V, and this is another weekday session of this stream, which is also world building in this case, and this is the Sci-Verse, so world building, and I'm making character rigging. So, and I have good news here. There's some soundtrack here to start with. So, first thing, I found an alternative method. I was researching how to mask something like the arcades from the interior. What's happening here? It's like there's some splitting, maybe just... Alright, don't know why it is not... Oh, there's this boolean thing, maybe... Okay, this is a strange behavior, but anyway, so do you see this boolean modifier? So this is the thing that I found that we can use to just prevent certain... Oops, it's not very good, right? So, to prevent this kind of intersection, and it seems to be working quite well. Usually this can be complicated, but because it's just a mesh inside, so basically it's just activate this boolean, it just gets intersected, right? Intersect, I think even it is exact and not important. The only thing that this could cause some issues would be, for example, if the mouth is open, and maybe, let's say, I would push this. Yeah, so this could happen, so we should be careful about posing this in the front, because we could have this affecting... Probably I can avoid this by just not posing this thing in this way, yeah, it's the first time I've seen this this thing here. So I should be careful, but the advantage is that it prevents these other, which can be quite annoying to solve, right? And there's terrible things going on here. Anyways, so I don't have the best examples here for visualization, but I think this is good. So this splitting here, no, it's not related to the boolean. It's not related to the armature. It's like there will be... Do I even need a subdivision for this? Very strange, because this is not the kind of... Alright, so now I'm confusing about this behavior. Is this normal? Well, it's like I'm pushing the object. Okay, I don't know, let's make a... It's not about the armature modifier, right? So maybe it's something about... If I get an object and I... Yeah, so maybe it's just the mirror modifier thing when I... It's very bizarre, right? Anyways, so... this boolean... It doesn't have a... I think the threshold here is not... Oh, maybe that's the point. Okay, let's make some tests here. So if I pull this forward, it should start to create the holes, right? It will be better even if I get some arcade's bones, and let's just use the top arcade as an example. Let's get these ones. Disable the shrink wrap. Bone constraints. So now technically I should, no, this is the one. Okay, so technically I should now be able to, so open the mouth, bring this forward. So you see it start to disappear, right, because it is intersecting with the muzzle ghost here. It will be better seen if we have this as wire. So there's two wires, so this could be a bit confusing to visualize, but well, why not just hiding that, right? So this is the ghost muzzle, and you see what's happened. So it doesn't prevent it. So what I want to test now is maybe this is a, where's the modifier? Right, so you see, we see the interior here, we don't want that. I want to see, maybe this creates some improvement. Yeah, maybe this is okay, I think. Best results, but okay, let's use that. Then we have, oh, there's this overlap threshold. Okay, so what is this? Oh, you see that this seems to be, I don't know what the hell is that, but it looks like that if I have a certain value, I can have some sort of like it is crossing, right? I'm visualizing this as if it would be maybe some sort of, I really don't know what is this option. Threshold for checking overlapping, oh, there's this self overlapping, so I think it has nothing to do with the target itself, but the fact is that it seems to be oh yeah, but then it's clipping, right? So this is not good, right? Now this is awkward. So let's reset this. Set to exact. Maybe this is better for better results. Whoa, what is that? Okay, so you see we get so we cannot have this kind of clipping, which is optimal. And here I just want to, yeah, so this is very interesting option, I've just found it. But then you see we want to so another way would be that this muzzle ghost is too close, right, to the, so it could be maybe a little further. I was calculated this on the basis of, for the shrink wrap modifier of the body, like 0.04 meters. In the scale of this project, right? Anyways. So this will be very small distance, but you see there's this offsetting here. So if I could have, this is 0.04 meters in this project, so basically if I could expand just a little more, maybe 0.02, I might still have good results on the melt, universal sonic melt rig setup, maybe. And then at the same time I'll have more distance for these arcades to not suffer so much from the Boolean thing. The problem is that doing this will have me to readjust all the shrink wrapping features even for the bound constraints, and of refreshing the whole thing and test. Eventually I'll do that, but not today, not here at least, only if I have spare time. So here what I want to do is see if the boolean itself doesn't have some extra options. So I don't know how to use this stuff, and this should probably, yeah, it seems probably to lag the, yeah, see, this is terribly lagging, so this is not what we want. So indeed, I don't know. So basically that should be the all we need here. Yeah, so anyways, this shouldn't be like, shouldn't be a big issue, because like usually the teeth, the arcades, they won't really appear too much, right? So anyways, right, so we have this method that will have these right, so I can, oh, there's some intersection. This is something else, it's not the arcades, I think, or is it? No, this is I have some strange thing happening there. Anyways, exaggerated pose, let's see. Oh yes, actually the geometry, I have to refresh the ghost mesh anyway, so this is why some stuff like this are happening. But the good thing, the good news is that yeah, we have some many shape keys, and this method, if I don't have the boolean, then I can easily have horrible results. Of course, this is a bad result, but then again, this is something that, so let's make the refreshment of the ghost muzzle thing. Also, I will maybe change the, so okay, let's reset pose. Let's get the, I need to assess on wave paint mode a certain vertex group. So it is the, I think it's already there, is the modifier shrink wrap muzzle. Yeah, so this is it. So you see that I've excluded from the shrink wrapping the nose, right? And this was on purpose, so I have a lesser, so that means that my ghost muzzle should be lesser than, yeah, so probably I need to try to find this mesh here, what it is. So this is a complicated trick. Let's say I've got on the vertex group, this is the shrink wrap modifier muzzle. You see that the selection, I'll show you a very curious thing in Blender. Maybe I'll use it for some reporting. So let's make a highlight here. So folks, let me show you something about the curious thing about vertex groups and wave paint and the selection feature. I believe this is an inconsistency inside Blender. Very hard to spot. So if, let's say I'm on wave paint mode, let's get some, so there is a vertex group here on this lower face, the muzzle, that is called modifier mod shrink wrap muzzle, right? So this is vertex group like here. But let's say that I want to select these faces now, or these vertices from, you see, all the rest is black and this is red, so it's just here. Let's say I want to select these vertices like on edit mode. You see, this is the vertex group, right folks? And then if I go on edit mode, same mod shrink wrap, right? There's no other. And I select, you see that my selection makes no sense. Or it certainly makes sense to some Blender thing, but the fact is that I know that I've made this selection maybe before, but it does not correspond anymore, or doesn't, anyways, it's not corresponding to what I have in terms of wave paint, which is not a selection, but you see, I would expect that I would have this selection here, not all this stuff that probably I've made manually this selection before, and then it got slightly disrupted because of some geometry topology changes of the mesh. But anyways, you see, it's it doesn't make sense, and this also can be sometimes observed with deform vertex groups. So but this is a clear example. This seems to be broken. Blender does not update the selection from here and what it means in terms of wave paint. And just, it's like the only way I think to solve that will be to, well, I cannot just remove waves here, because if I remove, I'll just destroy, right? So it's like, maybe if I pick this and remove, then okay, so you see, but it doesn't have a follow-up. So that's what I wanted to show. Maybe Blender developers can fix this to be more coherent to some user logic, right? That will be more useful for rigging and other tasks. Alright folks, so back here, because I am struggling with that. Let's go back on wave paint mode. So yeah, there's little to say. I cannot just use this, it's just too annoying, right? So I have an idea here, because I want to fix this, right? For my project. So also let's hide everything, disable, right? Exclude from view layer. Yeah, let's exclude those things so we have we can work better here. So what I'm going to do, even, yeah, this is very bad, right? Alright, so I think I should also exclude these ones and possibly these ones as well, and here for the nose, right? I'm not totally sure it's that, but let's then, yeah, let's also exclude this. So I'm gonna invert and remove. Now if I invert, let's check if now it seems to be matching now. Yes, so precisely it's matching. Maybe I can expand this a little more, but maybe here, yeah, let's make a, I believe this can be, won't destroy the mount rig. No, I think this should be acceptable. So just these small thresholds here, maybe it will leave the rig a little more consistent, because if it's too raw in the limits, then this could be This could cause some strange behaviors, right? Some steering of the steps, right, of the shrink wrap. But here for the lips we cannot, because then that will create dependency cycle. So we need to maintain the lips separated. Now, oh, there's another thing that I needed to include in my list here, which will be, ignore this stuff. It will be just for me to remember. I need to include, yeah, wave paint the mouth interior, which is just some mesh that is not deforming accordingly. Alright, so this now modifier muzzle, I probably can reuse it, although this is dangerous. Yeah, it is dangerous, so what I'm going to do is just, because I can lose this if I keep, so I have this vertex separator muzzle dynamic ghost, whatever, and I'm gonna just copy this. I'm gonna just delete that. I'm gonna duplicate this one to be easier. Duplicate vertex group. I don't need that. I'm gonna just paste this stuff here. Something went wrong. No, I made the wrong one. So this one, duplicate. This is unused. I'm not using this. It's just a backup. Alright, so I got this. Let's see if everything is correct. Oh, it seems to have created some... I have no idea what's going on here. Okay, let's try it again. So duplicate vertex group. Alright, it's the same, and it's like, you saw that happen. I just changed the name. It's not being used by any... Alright, so instead let's just duplicate and just call this. Okay, so now no trends, so this seems to be crazy. So it's just a different, so okay, and I call it separator muzzle. Alright, that should be it. I'm not using this for anything that I can remember. No, it is, I was... Strange, I don't remember this. Okay, then let's just update it then. Oh yes, this is creating some problems. So then mod shrink wrap, maybe. Yeah, so here maybe I turn this off. I'm not sure about how this is working. It's maybe something about the UV, so this is not super relevant here. Let's get the stuff to work here, folks, so we can go back to the shape keys and complete the last shape keys. And actually the other good news, yeah, we need just a delta for white tall and the kiss shape, which relates to the anatomic clip. So what I found out, so very little, right, just another delta, but I need to do different actually. So I'm not gonna do the delta right now, this remaining one, nor the kiss, because what I found out, and this is extremely important for the rig that I'm doing, is that I did a mistake. So actually, because, and this is extremely interesting, I will have to retake all of this because if my model, my rig model, has the anatomic lips, which I need to retake anyways, so this will be right the base shape here. What I need to do is to have this shaped perfectly, exactly with the anatomic lips on at maximum or good, the way I want to use. So that means that instead of doing what I was thinking last time, like because this is a constant shape key, so it's like the concept of the armature deform on, or some other thing on, shrink wrap, maybe, I don't know. It's like that we model on top of another thing, and this other thing would be this, the anatomic lips. So it's like this is being part of the basis for making these shape keys. And so when I have this enabled, I can re-edit. I should have all this made based on this. Of course, the delta, which is another thing, the deltas, the diagonals, they need to be solved, same things, using the same delta purse times tail, tall, sorry. And then it needs also to be same thing here at 1. So we need to be consistent with the anatomic lips shape key. And this was my mistake, because I've modeled, yeah, I've morphed those things without it. And now I'm in trouble, because when I gonna make any pose with the shape keys, and I have the anatomic lip on, even if it's just a few, it doesn't get the fine result, because those were morphed. So it means that I needed to readapt the anatomic lips altogether. So this can be quite time consuming, but the results will be good. Of course, this will be very destructive if I, for some reason, decide to change the base mesh, re-edit stuff, then all my shape keys go to hell. Or maybe not too much, it will depend on the amount of change. So this is a retroactive, very recursive thing in rigging that can lead us to complete madness. So you must be start to learn to be very strict on these choices, and organized, and to try to prevent these redundancies, and like go back and forth forever, because this is a never-ending. If you want to make the perfect thing, no, there's no perfect thing. You start to walk in circles, and it's nightmarish. So maybe sometimes you have to do this once or twice in a while, but doing this like on every project, on every correction, if it's just terrible workflow. So you need to find the right spot of development right on the rigging, so that we know what we are doing and know the best as we can assess, oh, this is what will make the rig function. So I need to start with a good geometry, and of course if we are doing a rig for a first time or making some experiments, of course this will be eventually inevitable, but you get the idea. So once we learn those conditions, those restrictions in rigging, we started to become more careful about the way we do things and the way we even retake things. So it will be better if we never had to retake anything, or if the things, they would retroactively be adaptive, which is not the case. shape keys in particular, I think they are very bad on this retroactive thing, or it's just me that don't have enough experience with them, but I have experience sufficient to think that they can break very easily. So no matter how good they are, this seems to be a limitation. Anyways, and I have no idea how that would, if something about shape keys could be done better. So okay folks, so I need to retake the anatomic clip, but before I do anything like that, we need to refresh that mesh, right? So I was struggling with the data transfer, right? So instead, let's get this muzzle separator, because now I think this is all good. So let's shift D, P, separate selection, and go back here. Then we go in the object here, make this selectable. I need to, let's get here, let's delete all these faces. Yeah, don't need this. Let's also delete everything, delete all groups. Then oh, where is, there's no, the object is still there, so I go on the body because it's a duplicate from the body. Hold control left mouse button, click in the outliner. So now the active is the ghost muzzle, which is empty. So control J, and here it well, it's not sufficient. We need, this time I won't forget, I need to close. Okay, so you have some issues here, but not on edit mode. Looks like I should have expanded. Ah, interesting. Something went wrong in the, okay, never mind. I don't know what is this, but I'm gonna just delete these faces, don't seem to be relevant. And so here I didn't want that, but we got it, so just gonna Shift E 0.3, even though I'm not sure using this too much, I think. So gonna just get this thing and subdivide, and J, it will be better if we just hide those things, and the armature also would be helpful. It is the tongue that I never touch, so Shift 3. Okay, the here we apparently got, yeah, there's some loose vertices here. Alright, so you see that this is not very spherical, very circular, so gonna make this is arbitrary shape, right? So it's not super, that doesn't need to be super precise. And because there are subdivisions here, we can probably just join here and here, and that those trigones maybe cause some problem, but you see with the subdivisions they should work fine. So you see this is smooth enough, although laggish, probably will go laggish, but maybe this is tolerable. There's just about 2 subdivisions and 1 is just too little. 2 is good. So here I don't want to be using this optimal display because I really want to see, oh, there's something strange about the chin there. I'm not sure what's happening there. Maybe it's some poses that I didn't reset. This is okay. Of course, no. This is dependence cycles. This is of course because I need to catch the lip and delete all that. So you cannot delete the whole selection, but we can do this. Well, this and delete here, so we don't get confused if, like, thinking that all our vertex group vanished. let's go back now. I think now this has been solved. Yeah. Alright, so now what we get is that we have refreshed. So I'm not including, I didn't include the nose, so that will prevent a certain nose tip artifact that was happening. And the ghost muzzle now is like that, doesn't have this upper part, but we could try that later. Anyways, now with this refreshed muzzle ghost, I should probably be having much better. Yeah, now it's much better. Look how now this is good, right? And also this, oh yeah, it's working quite well. Can do a lot of things. So I want to get this bone here is not very nice, right? So it's gone. Well, why not making a bone widget demonstration once more? Bone widget add-on. Folks, just another bone widget add-on facility example. So you see this bone here. I'm always struggling here because I've made this thing, and this is too far away, so maybe this is not a great idea. So what I do, I go on pose mode. Let's end here to the sidebar, and let's get the rigging tab, bone widget, and this is exactly on pose mode, the selected bone. Just there's this button here, ignore here, there's just a other, it doesn't show what it is, but this I've made out of some bone here, I think, default thing that we have here. In although I don't see it, doesn't, yeah, this one. So I've just edited that. So select, edit, okay, never mind, let's do this again. So okay, so apparently it's a bug. I don't know why. Oh, of course, my widgets, I think they are, I've disabled, right? Exclude from. Okay, maybe now it will work. No, okay, just. Okay, so just to be sure, let's try this. No, so most recent call user. So this is I can't read that. Doesn't give me any clue what's going on. So match bone to transforms, maybe. Okay, that maybe. Okay, I hope I'm not destroying. So let's go here to. There's no symmetry here. Maybe I clear bone widgets. So let's get a limb here. Create. So edit. Okay, so now I can edit. Match bone to transform. Okay, it does not. It is because there's a change in the rest position. Okay, this is something else. Ignore that. So the real rest position is that. So that's fine. That's why the object is there displaced. It doesn't matter. So here I can edit that, and we've lost a little of our progress here, but have to. It's okay. This shape is still good. So I'm gonna just use the 3D cursor. Then maybe. To the center, let's scale this like that, maybe pick only these ones, G on here, right? It's on local, so it's following the orientation here, and then maybe I just do the same thing that let's leave it here. Then why this needs to be but it here. Let's subdivide this and maybe subdivide another time. Then here just GZ and then delete this, and that's it. So it's just some crazy widget here that might serve some interesting purpose. So I don't know what was happening, folks, but it solved. I had to remake it, and so apparently here, so if I edit, so now I can edit the shape, right? And so match, it's already matches just because of the, and so now of course this is going to this object here is going to somewhere that is where it is located. Should see, it is here, right? This is where they are going. So yeah, so I just turn this off. And so I suspected that I couldn't edit it because it was this, checked off these boxes, but apparently it was not the case. But you see, as I edit, it reappears, so just be aware of that. Yeah, it's re-enabled the stuff, right? So this can be a bit annoying. There you go, folks. Alright, so now that this was refreshed, we got very strange the tongue is following this this bone, right? Oh, the tongue is following the. This is the arcade bottom. This is the arcade top. Sorry. All right. I always get confused because the orientations here, this positioning is very strange. Okay, so let's see here what we can do, and so we have a happy, which is actually an expansion. It's supposed to be used as a combination, right, with the armature deform. So if I have, for example, the tweaked lips, we can make this kind of stuff, right? This is the top one. Yeah, they are a little sometimes difficult to find. Need to maybe make them a little more appearing. We don't need to, in order to shape a smile, we don't need this, but this can help, right? This is the lips corner. So what are you doing here? And yeah, this works on both sides, so I don't, because I want to preserve the mirror modifier for now. I'm not gonna bother with that. Alright, so just testing the, right, so it's sad. So you can combine this with this or this. We say that this is, maybe we need some shape keys here, I don't know. The deltas to, or combining. We said that there's yeah, this is puff cheeks. Actually, is not looking so good. I think a bit too exaggerated, but that sort of works. And there's an inversion that I'm not fan of. I think this needs to be. It's not that this expression would never be used, but it's not. I don't know. Not sure that serves any purpose for now on the expressions that this character should be able to do. So basically on this style. So this can expand the arcades, but now because thanks to the boolean, right? Oh, I forgot something important, of course. I knew something was missing. So what is missing, of course, is that this I haven't wire. What's missing is that I haven't changed this mesh here. Alt S negative 0.02. So I'm going halfway less than before and hope that this will be workable. So now the problem is that all my bones, I have to readdress the, yeah, so this is always complicated. So let's get here. So this doesn't matter, this matters. So instead here I'm gonna use this value. So this is the offset and this should be working. So now the arcades, so now the deforms should be even better. This is just some lips artifacts. I think it's just lack of wave painting on this inner lips part, or the inner mouth, but still get some, yeah. So anyways, then the bones here, now the arcades, they have, before the booleans start to cut them, we have a little more possibility to work with them. So this is not bad. So this is one thing I wanted to do. The other thing is that I don't need that. So the other thing is that why this seems to be local. Yes, let's get some just refinements here. Okay, it's clipped, so that seems to be fine. Then I want to, this is a very simple mesh. I want to, okay, let's gonna save here. Oh, also let's expand these ones, right? So Doomsy, welcome, how are you doing, bro? See, I've tried using the fake parenting method as child of, things get really funky. Interesting. Interesting. Thanks for providing me the feedback, because I don't have any example of right now. I know it's a lot of used in game projects, right? So and other rigs, so I don't have any case here that I've been using child of bone constraint, so I couldn't get time to test it. So are you sure the custom things are working correctly, because maybe if you just substituted the child of, you need to parent, right? The fake parenting bone. It is different, but yeah, maybe something can go wrong. Many things can go wrong. The thing is that yeah, I need to see the details, but if you can, probably you have tried many things and it seems to not be working, but I think it can work for certain cases, right? But it depends on the setup, so maybe you'll have to show me another moment, or if you have more details. For example, did that bone had more bone constraints involved? The bone that used the fake parenting copy transforms? And are you sure you used the custom space on the target? Actually, sorry, it's like here. Yeah, I think it was well documented already. So basically I have one here. Is the owner, not it's here. So local space. Oh yeah, there's also the, sometimes you have to change here. This I'm not made up my mind exactly what's the reason, but sometimes better it's local space. By default it will be local space, but it could be local space or annotation, even local space with parent. And before original, usually this is the default mix. The target is actually the target of the owner custom space is always the same bone here, and of course the armature is the same. But yeah, so this is what usually can change. Accidentally I had a different bone here from here and it still managed to work. So we can apparently we can have the different bones here, but I think this is awkward. But I think this can serve some very specific purpose. But in principle, I'm using them as equal, and this can change. So I'm not sure I have examples here of, yeah, local space for these ones. Where's the other jaw? Local space, yeah. So, and these bones, they are parented, right? These are parented to here. So they can be parented differently from the child of bone constraint. These bones can be parented, as you may remember. Same here, but these ones, the side ones, don't need that. Okay, so here we have some Boolean madness that is not. So maybe I'll have to. Oh yeah, I know what's happening here. Okay, but first let's get these bones to. Yeah, these ones are too tiny. Let's make these bigger. Yeah, let's make all bigger. So we're gonna get. Maybe I work one by one, right? So bone widget. Let's get, for example, this one. Edit. Same problem. So I don't know why I can't edit that. Now I was trying to mimic the child of. None of the target node setup works properly. I think because I wasn't using a bone per se, but the object itself. Oh yeah, so you were using a object constraint. No, not you. You are targeting object, no bone involved. I see. Well, maybe you need to. Well, it could work, but I don't see why it wouldn't work. But maybe you just have to create a bone for the object then. can be on the same armature. Just add so that could be, so I can't explain, but if that works, well, that will be a proof of concept for the substitution, potential substitution. Maybe because the object, make sure that if you have the object, because if you are using the object has the transforms, right? And if it's not applied, right, that can cause problems, right? As for the rig, whichever inside the skeleton, so need to reset or apply and see. As for the bones inside the skeleton, they tend to respect the local space of the armature, so those things won't really affect. But maybe for the objects they will be very susceptible, because it's the exterior element, the object itself, right? So it will be strongly affected by that. So maybe this is what's messing up, but I can't know. But my word checking if all those things are correct also. So here I cannot change this object, this stuff, so I don't know what happened. So many things to fix. Sorry folks, let's refocus here. I know what's happening is that because I've reedited because I've reedited the shrink flatten distance of the muzzle ghost, the invisible mesh there, dummy model, I need to also rework the shrink wrap bone constraints for this. And here I must say that I have no idea what would be the correct value. It really depends on the... Oh, they are not using shrink wrap. Why they were disabled then? Okay, but even so, these are inside and distance 0. Alright. So I was wrong. So these were clipping because of some other madness. Or maybe precisely the positioning of these bones are incorrect. So in order to address this, I think I'll have to check this wire. So this is a bit tricky. Let's get the object modifiers and let's get this, no, not here. Let's look at this. Okay. So you see they still are in a proper distance. So they can move. Alright, so I'm gonna risk doing that. Collection, no, this collection, no, color and color. Okay, so you got this and this, but I don't want this one, and I want this one. Extend. Okay. Something wrong about the bottom arcade. It seems to have lost the parenting. Maybe I just disabled the... Okay. Anyway, so let's get here the... Re-enable this shrink wrap. It's at 0, so nothing happens. But now the bones, they encounter the collision. So this would be correct. This can create some artifacts there. So actually, a little, yeah. Actually, this is the Boolean thing, and the collision there, the bones is the, yeah. So if you start to compress, this can go crazy, right? So because it's inside, enable and disable on the rest pose doesn't. Oh, actually, I have to change. I've made the wrong selection. Selected everything, so okay, it's just here. So you see here doesn't do nothing to this bone. So this is already one fix. Now next thing, I need to check this, and yeah, indeed I just accidentally left this disabled. Now if I were to just edit these bones, let's for the mouth, let's just get this thing and this thing, or just these ones. So you see that seems to be working, right? And we can scale that just too close to the snapping, right? So you see it start to vanish because of the intersection boolean. So this is I think this is very elegant solution, because we just don't need to, yeah, this bone are shrink wrap, maybe they didn't need that, but at least there are some constraining thing. And if this clipping happens, then we have a distance of backup distance there, very small but backup, so it will just vanish, right, like a masking thing. And of course we can make bad decisions too, right? That's right. So if I scale this alright, so you see this is very interesting. Let's make a highlight of this, because I think this is very relevant for mouth rigging. Maybe other riggers have found this kind of problem. This seems to be a valuable solution. So here, let's get the where's the yeah, I'll have to look at the arcades, right? Okay, arcades are there, so I can see more stuff, right? So folks, I'll show you an interesting solution to avoid clipping of the arcades on if the arcades are too big inside the mouth, and if they scale or if they move. So you see that thing there is not very nice, right? So sometimes this can happen on cartoon rig, and of course this is so I have multiple solutions here, but what I really want to show precisely is that I have some automations, right? But this doesn't matter. So the automation can cause also this stretching. Okay, I have a ghost mesh there, which is invisible, right? And this is serving multiple purposes, but one of them, and this is the finding here, I've researched and I found that if we use a boolean, could be fast here, targeting this ghost mesh here, right? Then for both arcades, the top arcade and the bottom arcade, they have a boolean, so it's fast, intersect, right? And so over this I left that like that. So what that does is that just in case this, yeah, I have maybe small protection here, and this is why the thing sometimes bypasses that. Maybe I can change that. Yeah, it's feasible, perfectly feasible. So if I pull the arcades forward, and oh well, we have some issues there, but you see that, yeah, so this is not what I wanted. Usually that wouldn't happen. So first of all, the arcades have bones here which have some shrink wrap bone constraint inside. So these bones, they are just preventing the right, they are also targeting the ghost mesh. So this is one solution. But you see, if I have the boolean on top of that, because I was having clippings on here, I could have the so this is not for this case, right? So this can be a limitation if we wanted the arcades to protrude even more. So this could be interesting in certain case scenarios, like an alien attack. So but this of course is not for this character in principle. It's not cartoony as that. As if I turn this off, then I can show you what I mean. Yeah, so I can do this kind of stuff. But the system here for the shrink wrap is a protector for this this, right? So I have a limit of protrusion, and of course that will depend on the target and the distance of the bones. Just make sure that the rest position of the bones and the mesh, right, the armature, these bones right on rest position, and the mesh here, they these rest positions, they are not one on top of the other, right? They respect the distance of the shrink wrapping. They don't go crazy, right? So all right, and then the other thing, right? So this is for the front thing. We could probably change here the limit, but the problem is that this inside is just, this distance will just push this back. So I don't know how exactly to do this with the shrink wrap bond constraint. It has less features than the shrink wrap modifier, which you can do a crazy setup with some negative distance for one outside and inside, create a box volume. So this could help here, but this is a shrink wrap bond constraint. So unless I've made perhaps a shrink wrap modifier for that, could work, then I could use that feature that I'm saying. But nonetheless, let's go back here. So now we can see, we'll be able to see what would happen even though this is not perfect setup. The boolean, okay, so this is why this was happening. Indeed, this is going too far. Maybe this bone here is wrong automated. I need to address that. But I can also create protections there in different ways. So you see that here already the boolean seems to be working, because even if the bone is shrink wrapped, I found that it was better than shrink wrapping the mesh to shrink wrap modifier, because then the mesh gets completely awkward sometimes in the interaction. So this is why the bones are more precise, but they are not everywhere in the mesh. So this is why I have to have a legion of bones to make the perfect shrink wrapping that will prevent this. So this can work, but it's more wave painting, more deformed bones, more automation. It's sort of annoying and tricky. And so the boolean thing, it just creates this we weren't gonna be able to see these arcades usually. So you see, anyways, so this is the right. So you got this sort of prevention of some terrible clippings that can occur, especially when we have this deforming case of arcades, which can be extremely helpful for cartoon rigs in, right? At least this is would be one way to do this. So it's like the mouth interior is a volume that limits through intersection, right? So look how cool that is, right? So it doesn't solve everything here possible, of course, because it's rigging. So, but it solves essentially the most critical aspects. And so we are, yeah. So here we already. I need to keep checking, but in principle, you see what it has solved. So it's kind of works, and I think it's an elegant solution. maybe even more than the shrink wrap bound constraints of the shrink wrap modifier that I've mentioned. So if I made a shrink wrap here modifier, let's take off this boolean. Maybe I can show you to what that would be like. So generate shrink wrap, or no, it's a deform well, shrink wrap. Then let's place it after the well, there's no subdivision, so just, yeah, doesn't matter the position here, the other things are off. Then on surface, no, inside, and let's target the ghost muzzle region, okay? And so let's also disable this here. I'm working for the top arcade, if I'm not wrong. Let's disable these shrink wrap bound constraints. No, there's something wrong here. These shrink wrap bound constraints should always go in the end, by the ways. So this is a little mistake I've made there, as I added a new, okay, this one is correct, it's just the other side. Okay, so here let's so you see that these bones now, they are no more bone constraint, but the teeth they are, right? The teeth they are. So this shrink wrapping will create this kind of effect, which is not super cool, right? It's similar, akin to the boolean in the disruption of the geometry, right? So it's not the cleanest in terms of geometry, is the shrink wrap bound constraint, but then we need many. So you see, this can help. The cool thing here, now the cool thing, right, is that with the shrink wrap modifier, I can get a negative offset, meaning that I can, okay, see, now this is disappearing here. So this can be, this is what we cannot do with the other thing. The problem is that this is not good for the rest, right? So it is also not sufficient if I just combined, maybe on a very specific setup, but if I combine, yes, I can combine shrink wrap features, but, and probably also combine the, but then of course this will start to create some so we need to make a decision, right? So what is that? Anyways, the this is something that the shrink wrap bound constraint is lacking, right? So unfortunately, or I could create another target that is even, yeah, so what I could do to allow this to be still shrink wrapped, the arcade, but so I'll push this forward more, will be to have another mesh, another ghost mesh that would be some sort of, you see, more than that. So another mesh object, so I can target a different mesh object that is just the same as this. Well, why not try right now? So Shift D, P, selection, and let's get this one, and let's go on edit mode, Alt S. Now this is, well, why this is inheriting the, okay, it seems like it is linked mesh, but it makes no sense to me why it is affecting the rest. So let's leave it like this for so I don't know, but you got the idea, right? I'll have to investigate that further, but not for now. I've shown the Boolean thing, which was the priority thing. Okay, now that this thing was concluded, we can maybe assess this this idea. Yeah, the problem is that by doing that, the arcade will still will have more chance to intersect, so I'm not gonna bother. Yeah, it will come with additional problems. So let's just get back our top arcade there. Let's delete that and just enable the boolean thing and hide that. And also let's hide this widget thing. Alright, oops, this is not good. So these bones here, they are incorrect. I'm afraid I have to, well, this time won't be so, the suffering won't be that big, I hope. Okay, the positions of the bones don't seem to be changing, of the arcades at least, but I have to revise. The important thing is this one. So for these ones, what is this bone? Arcade top. Now this is not, yeah, it seems to be displaced, so let's get this bone, let's get here. Okay, let's place it here. Same for this one, I guess. And so I need to get, yeah, so first of all I'm gonna change the shrink wrap bone constraints, so I need to readapt all that. So the bones which have the shrink wrap, the outside shrink wrap would be, so the deformed bones they don't have, they're just followed by parenting, so we don't need the deformed lips. So you need these ones. You see that the shrink wrap is 0,4, it's for all of them, so just select everything. This one also, it doesn't have a shrink wrap bone constraint, nor this one. Okay, this one has, so already let's fix that. No, this is not the correct bone, sorry. This is the bone that I was looking for. So just get the shrink wrap, and already let's hold Alt 0.02, Alt Enter. There we go. So already changed this snapping. It's still bad, right? Still having some displacement. And of course this is because these bones are all parented to the hierarchy here. So I just need to get, like, in principle, you see that this bone is being displaced, so I just need to relocate its position. So I'm gonna get this one. I'm afraid there'll be some stretching there. Wait, this mesh is moving forward. Oh, there's more bones that, yeah, of course. So let's get now this one. So this has a shrink wrap, this has a shrink wrap. So all these bones have shrink wrap, all these bones have shrink wrap. And I think that is it, nothing else will have shrink wrap. So same thing here, Alt, then 0.03, hold Alt, Enter, and there we go. This might still have displacement. It seems to be some sort of rotational thing, so in order to solve this, I'm gonna, yeah, I see that the shape there improved, so I'm gonna get this bone and just pose, apply, selected as rest pose. So that would probably change the rest position for all the others. That means, yeah, the tweaked bones, so they all got displaced, but this is easily fixable. This is what matters here, right? So all the bones here, they got, okay, so now the poses are matching. What might not be matching is these things here, so maybe I need to readdress this thing here, so it's a bit annoying. So they have stretch to bone constraints, so I need to sort of you see there's a lot of displacement. This is some imperfection of the operations here, so they create some offsetting very slight values, which is bad, but I'm not bothered with that now. So I just want to fix this, so that will be, so I want the tail of this bone to be matching there. Then we can get this one as well, and then this we want here, this we want there. Here we see that this is also displaced, so I'm gonna place it here, and no, hold on, I will just align here, no, align this with this, so they, alright, and this seems to be the correct thing. And so now, what is this bone? Oh, this is it's just some, okay, muzzle bone. So here I need to reset this stretch tool probably, and this one too. So I think that is the only things, and the rest is the offsetting thing that I was mentioning. So basically, if we look at these bone transforms here, yeah, there's some I see this X here, you see this X here, it's like not centralized, it got a bit displaced, so we can fix all that at some point. Yeah, for this one we can already do this. Here I don't know why negative. Anyways, so this is the positionings, right? They all sort of got a little unmatched. So what I can do is get let's do group by group, right? So for all these bones that are here, we could, not these ones though. Yeah, it's just hard to select. Let's get this and deselect this. Okay, these ones apparently, and let's just selection to cursor maybe. Yeah, see there's some offsetting, then that solves that apparently. Yeah, perfect. Then we get the something else to do is the ellipse, right? So the ellipse is super ludicrously ridiculous. How to align bones, that even worth a highlight. Folks, you see I have these bones, they are not aligned with world space. So what is one approach to solve that? Well, just I don't know, create a bone here. Actually create select the layer. This is bone manager down, so you need to have the selection of the right to create the bone in the invisible layer, so you don't see what you are making. So this is not what I want. So let's get for example here, and Shift A. So I've added a bone here. See that the axes are here, so I'm gonna just RX 90 degrees, actually RX negative 90 degrees. So you see this bone now is aligned with what will be world space. Well, if you don't see at least this is how the project is, just trust that's it, how that is. So you see that I can just Control Alt A and then I delete the bone. It's just so easy alignment thing, an alternative to get. So now all these bones which got slightly displaced because of the parenting, when I've made on pose mode some yeah, because they are parented to other bones in the hierarchy, which were shrink wrapped to the face, and then when I posed apply selected as pose with this bone, for example here, this is the universal sonic mouth rig, just in case you're curious, and then this then this operation will make some affect all the parented bones retroactively, so it will end up on these deformed bones there for the lips. So that's why they had this slight rotation on rest position, and so this is why and here's slight reposition on pose mode, just because of the, I think some because of the shrink wrap, yeah. So anyways, I'm holding Alt here. So anyways, this is not important. The important thing is that we can easily realign bones with just creating a new bone somewhere and getting the job done if you don't know other methods. That's it, folks. Alright, so now that we got this fixed, a lot of rework here, which is necessary but pretty annoying. I'm still having this, I don't understand why this is still in place. Why it is crossing the boolean. Union, no. Difference, also not. So I have no idea why. Okay, no, we don't want that. So maybe I should enable this thing, but this will seem to make the thing very sluggish. So yeah, a terrible idea in my computer, at least. Although if I just use the hold tolerance, yeah, this is not that terrible, but I already feel like there is some lag, but it seems to be better. Yeah, if it were not, it were fast, it is just much better. Yeah. So oh, I see, maybe this is happening because of the, yeah. So my idea to solve this in a crude way for now, right? I'm going to go back to this thing, and maybe I can make a trick here that I'm going to not duplicate, because these have vertex groups, right? So let's just add a yeah, how do we add a, okay, let's do that, then separate. I fail reaping vertices. Okay, that's enough. Let's bring this face here, brand new face, and try to make a shield. It's sort of crazy, right, folks? Now there's a problem, is that the muzzle mesh will shrink wrap to whichever exists here. This can be dangerous. Yeah, this can be pretty dangerous. So I cannot control what happens here. So actually, let's just see what happens, right? I'm gonna save here, and I'm gonna try to make some inversion here, you see? It's very hard to spot stuff here. Okay, this can help. Yeah, this also helps, alright. Those faces are inverted, Alt F, right? I'm seeing these trigons here. Anyways, let's connect these faces. This is insane. I'm not sure what's going on here. So we're just gonna delete this. Solid is better, right? Indeed, there's two faces here. So faces, let's delete that. No, didn't work. Okay, now it worked. So I'm gonna make this shielding from something like that, right? Like shielding the arcades from, and then I'm gonna try this. So no, here, then here, and here, and maybe another one, right? Yeah, so this is very, very crazy, but let's see if it can get the J. Alright, so I don't know what's going on here. I got some crazy faces indeed. Could not. Okay, let's just cut here then. No, not working. Let's delete this. Let's try again. Yeah, now that works. And here F. Now finally this seems to be correct. It was probably just a misclick at some point. Smooth these faces, and now let's bring this like here. Yes, let's hope that it will be enough. Let's see what happens now to yes, this seems to be an inadequate thing. Hold on, where is the first? This is Y, right? We don't need that. Alright, let's hide it. Now let's look for the doesn't look very nice. So I don't know if this is normal. We got fast, we got might be a shrink wrapping thing. Yeah, this might be extremely dangerous. So you see the Boolean thing. So yeah, it was, maybe I should give up on this Boolean, but the fact is that yeah, it is. I don't know if it is working, folks. I think the way I've posed. Did I have the arcades working here? Yes, the shrink wrap is enabled. Maybe I need to. Strangely, it's going in some crazy direction, so I have no idea what's that, but anyways, why is this trembling? It's like some, and there's some weird stuff going on the mesh. This is because of the, yeah, so my test there was not very inspiring, right? So I will go back here and just this doesn't seem very reliable. At least it's easy to delete. So what I could do perhaps is just to expand this ghost muzzle later on. So yeah, not towards the nose, but oh, what's happening? Do I have some snapping feature going on? Alright, but for the most part, I think I have. Yeah, I think it spikes because it spikes from the back and then it starts crossing here. So this might be just something about this bone automation that shouldn't be doing this kind of stuff that much, right? So it's the copy transforms. Oh, I see. Yeah, so it's like the automation here is too limited. At some point I used the automation is a problem here. It's like this thing should go back, right? Downward, right? So I don't have the action bond constraint. It's just a nightmare to set up. So, which means that I'm back to some trivial mechanistic approach, but okay, so this copy location for one bone and this is for another bone, so the copy transform. So what I could add here is really a sort of a driver, or okay, let's try the let's investigate. I think I'll just augment the GY1 no GY 0.5. Right, so you have this. I need to memorize that. Okay, memorized. So now I have the ghost muzzle, which is this. I'm going to expand a little more, but not the nose this time. Let's take a little risk here. So select, and let's just add some extra faces here. No, hold on. This is better. Yeah. Okay, validate. Let's get these ones now. Just this one. Okay. Yeah, why not? These and these. Yeah. Nah, not this. Let's give up on these ones. Alright. So I'm going to get a new vertex group, and vertex group muzzle 2. Yeah, expand muzzle expanded assign. So just so I can have both. So I'm going to select this, Shift D, P, separate the selection. Let's go on the, see, this is much larger now. Gonna get here in the muzzle ghost again. Yeah, gonna delete all the mesh ghost. Yes, this one. Delete all these face. Okay, this is normal that is happening. Delete all the groups. I go back here. Let's get the body. Let's get ghost and Control J. Let's reunite the. Yeah, I need to shrink first. So Alt S negative 0.02. Okay, Alt S shrink rate is the transform shrink flatten operation. Alt S, so negative 0.02. This is the value that I was using. didn't seem to have worked. Hold on. Well, no matter, Alt S, negative 0.02, that should be the correct thing anyways. Then I need to now set delete thing. There we go, take this off, then go back here, and it seems to be strange for the nose. Yeah, something didn't seem to have worked correctly. Yeah, something seemed to have gone wrong. I have no idea what's went wrong, but if I insist GY 0.5, alright, so okay, so what's happening is that the muzzle is not responding, so something about this shrinking didn't work. It's negative 0.02. Very, very awkward. Negative 0.02. Oh, there's the hole, of course, what I'm doing. There's the hole in the mouth, I forgot. Natural, elementary. And there's still this one that is making part of some crazy selection. I need to assess that. So let's get this and yeah, let's subdivide. Oh, it's already made the, okay, that's good. Then J and J, and shift is 0.3. There we go. But it's not over. We need to adjust this curvature here. See how they start to shape the, okay, I think that what was the culprit. Then always, yes, now it is working. So now GY 0.5, aha, so yes, well, now we have other problems. Well, this is not, see how far this bone is, so it's not, we prevented a lot of artifacts, so that is, seems to be an improvement. So let's now save here in an iteration, Shift Control Alt I, increment, this is I think my shortcut for that. Then I need to adjust something about the selection here, because certainly there's something wrong. So first, there we go, so this is completely inaccurate. So let's remove these ones. Now we talk. Same thing here, so just some rogue selection here. Now this will, oops, remove. Now this is correct, right? Let me see. Yeah, I can see. Anyways, that seems to be correct. Saving here. The last thing I need to do here today, because all these retakes, yeah, they are slowly improvement, right? But this was many fixes for things that were confusing, right? And I think this, regardless of the fact if this I didn't make any extra shape key here as I would expect, we made some fundamental discoveries and interactions improvements, right? So like finding that the boolean works better if we got expanded the shrink wrap. And so now I also need to, yeah, so I will be right back, folks, because I need to go to the toilet real fast. But what I'm going to do as I go back, as I return, I will retake the anatomic leaps, because now I know what I need to do. So this is exciting because this solves one of the major problems that I was having for this rig, which is that the lips here, not the bases but the anatomic lips, not only I have to retake them, but I also, let's use the mirror on edit mode here, it will be better to assess what we are modeling. So I will have to make a rework of all this, unfortunately, but now in the correct way. That means I won't do any additional corrective shape key for the lips. No, the correct way would be to do this from the active anatomic lips. So I need to get the perfect anatomic lips here, and from this perfect anatomic lip then is where I can start re-editing the shape keys. Basically it will be like, imagine this is the correct one, then I just need this bone, for instance, and so I need to edit, for example, the purse here, which is, well, it's a combination of stuff here which is bad, but I need to readapt the purse exactly to, it's like I was editing the purse along with the anatomic lips. It's like purse anatomic actually. So this is what it will be, even though this is, yeah, it's not plus anatomic, it's plus integrated with anatomic. So made, I don't know how to recall this, but to be clear, is like anatomic synchronized, right? Anatomic built on anatomic lips, right? Yeah, so I need to do this just to make it clear for me what I've done, because this is, it just not, we don't know, right? So this is one reason that can make this shape keys workflow really complicated. So I was very confused about that before, and now I think I have the solution. Of course, now this is fake news. This is not built on anatomic, but it will be. So it will be we'll start working on the anatomic lips. So be right back, folks. Be right back. Alright, we're back, folks. Let's see what we can do here with the remaining time. Yeah, it's not that late. Let's see how long we've been doing this. I haven't chronometrized. Oh, there's still the be right back thing. Hold on. Alright, we are about how long? 1 hour and 50 minutes. Alright, so my quest here, I think we can do, yeah, we can fix the anatomic ellipse to start with. I hope this won't be too overwhelming. First, we see that the base mesh seems to be good. So here is really manual work, hard work, and probably we could use some help with proportional editing or certainly smoothing. I need to know also what it's not so much about this anyways, it's more about just making some small adjustments here. So yeah, so the problem here on this rest position is that this is not a rest position that this character would have easily, and there's another problem that, yeah, this is a big research for me. I'll even put here, sorry folks, let's just get some big research. It's not that big, but yeah, it's a better lips topology, or yeah, essentially I've already researched, but this can cause problem with the universal sonic mouth rig, right? It contradicts, yeah, attention. I think there's no formula here. It's regular geometry, yeah, of sonic, okay, the universal sonic mouth rig. So yeah, this is a dead end actually. Dead end research. So because if I get a better, a more sophisticated mesh topology for the lips, for what I want to do on the anatomic lips, immediately I get less regular mesh, and that is means probably bad news for the universal sonic mouth rig. It's not that it won't work, but it's most likely going to sacrifice to hinder the quality of the, so this is very risky. So I end up with I'll have to diminish this research into something more elementary. It's like how to obtain these shapes with the least geometry possible. So this would be like the good geometry, right? Good shapes with the least, because the least geometry I have to work here, the easiest it will be, right? So these faces are very big for this thing, so this is very subtle, right? So this is like to be some sort of curvature. It's not, although right now I don't have the subdivision, so this is questionable, right, if this is a good approach. But anyways, we are free here because we are just re-elaborating the anatomic ellipse. So it's not that I can be careless, but so probably this I want to push forward. Can try to make this a bit more rounded. So this is really about some low topology artwork, right? It's not, it's really some getting the best out of the minimalistic, so yeah, very minimalistic approach. This is, and I must consider that I'm not intending really to use the subdivision surface in the end here. Certainly, yeah, I don't need a, I don't think I need a model sheet for this, although it would be ideal, but yeah, it would be ideal, but I don't have any good model sheet now at hand, so I cannot rely on that. I rely on my visual memory and 2D understanding of this profile, right? And also we can probably, yeah, there's a lot of things here. Let's hide a lot of things here. Normals, Shift H, eyes, we don't want that, so that will be good. And I don't want to be looking at this bag of mouth interior, so this, although this is not very good for the visualization of the character design, I can have an idea if this is terrible or not. So I think here I need to push this forward, protrude, and these ones also. So here I cannot play with the, I can, but it's not so simple. I need a face that can correspond to the orientation that I'm looking for. Alright, let's try this, GY. Alright, so maybe there is a face loop here that might worth dissolving. Let's compare here. Yeah, my chat is going crazy with this thing. Alright. So let's see what's happening here. So apparently I'm losing already. I think I have an accident face loop, because really I might not require this one. So this is not used in the Universal Sonic Mouth rig. I cannot just dissolve that, so what I can do, I could try to, this is very delicate, so okay, this is at the edge, so this is very dangerous. This is the base mesh, folks. You see there's some inconsistency here. Yeah, so it's not bad to work on the base mesh. Let's see if I can, actually no, I'm not in the base mesh. Let's go back to the base mesh. Yeah, let's make some small, this is dangerous because I have a lot of stuff relying on that, so this might be the stupidest thing ever, but I want to make this a bit more regular and try to I remember when I did this, but this might have been a little mistake. Alright, so let's say that I can, yeah, let's say that I can GG that, then I can dissolve that. But the problem is that now I need to actually yes, this I need to pull this one forward just because I don't want to. Well, there'll be other ways to do this, right, folks? So I'm taking a grand risk here because of the waves. But in principle, the waves of these lips, they are continuous. Like it's not big deal. So here, let's just dissolve that. Let's change this material back to here. All right. So I took off one little face edge loop, right? Which might be simply fine because I was thinking I had too much trouble with that already. And I think from what I was modeling, right, morphing on the shape kit, sounded like I could do without it, even without the subdivision surface modifier. Alright, so here GG, let's make this slightly GG. Alright, let's go back to the also this GG. Okay, this seems we have some improvements in the regularity for the base mesh, but now we need to go back on the anatomic clip. Oh, this is not over, folks. Now let's try to redistribute some of this. Let's see this one. GG. Actually, basis GG. And this one GG. So I think that should do. If I find that I can dissolve even more, that will be great. But now let's go back here. So you see, I've deleted this. So this will go straight into something that is moving down. And here, of course, I cannot use this face loop. So I need to do something like that. This one, we're gonna, same thing, we need to pull this there. It's like some strange snapping thing here, but cannot GG this properly, so something about the, I don't know, yeah, it's crazy behavior. Then here, of course, this we want to GG very close to. Yeah, I have some limitations on the GG here, that the edge slide, that I have no idea what it is about. So we're gonna have to move this manually. Let's also compare here what we're. So this is very important, apparently, to try to get the good assessment of how the morph is operating. Alright, so this needs to go back. This is a lip corner, so this is a very difficult part to work with. Gonna try to reduce this. there. Save. Okay, so I think we're making progress here. This part is still a big issue, so we're gonna try to... So this is the mesh that I need to pull forward now. Yeah, very hard to spot here. So the upper lip, it has some rotational idea too. I can... Oh, this is the bottom one. Alright, so this... So let's use the 3D cursor here. And geometry and snap there, and we can use this as a reference. Okay, it's already there. GG... no, now I need to use the... Okay, this. Okay, now if I GZ, it goes aligned with the 3D cursor. Okay, so this will help. And so now I need to, yeah, probably all these face loops. Let's move this forward. This one we can leave it. Yeah, this one is structural. We can leave as it is. Maybe we can just smooth it. Now this is bad. So I think for these ones, let's just get all these faces here. Let's just get here. Blend from shape, from the basis, not add, and that should solve this this thing, right? So now this, great. This is not, so I'm learning how to use this thing. And here now we go back. It seems to have some problem with the basis here. So I'm gonna just reposition some stuff here. GG and GG. So yeah, and why not? Here the base, we can also try to reorganize this mesh here. Yeah, okay. Alright, and that single adjustments in the base should have affected the... Yeah. Good, okay, so getting some level up in this shape key madness thing. So this is very important. So note the anatomic clips. About to make a serious mistake, folks. So here now I need to try to find... Oh, it's got some intersection here. GG. Yes. Maybe I need a new color here to realize what's going on. Yeah, so maybe this one I just repaint it with the lipstick, so you can see some layering thing, although it will be a bit confusing, right? So it's not super nice. Yeah, it's not super nice. So maybe I just need to... Yeah, so these are the bottom, then we can have this. Yeah, I really think... Yeah, maybe this one I could paint like that, and this, for this one I want another color, so it will be like a lipstick 01, but I'm gonna duplicate it as sign, and I'm gonna change here to, I don't know, something very different. This, alright. What about this? Okay, now we can have some clearer idea. So I need to pull this down. we have this reference to be using, right? Let's push this, pull this to the side. Yes, I have the impression I'm getting somewhere here. It's very, very delicate artwork. GY, GZ, right? GZ is the correct one. I need, where it is, there, GY, GZ, no, let's just move manual GZ, okay. And you, don't hide. GG, GZ, and it is getting from all the way there, right? GG, maybe just reach for the corner. What about these ones? It's not super clear, but yeah, we can get stuff here. Also for the anatomic lip here we need to probably GY, so we can probably GY all this, GX, 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 GZ, no, GY. Now this is strange from, I'm looking from the side view there, you see. Okay, must be careful here. Dropping too much, right? Okay, let's leave it about here, because we need to respect the fact that the mouth is very wide here in this pose, so this will sort of affect, it will make it a bit more difficult to characterize the anatomic lip for the character design, because usually these characters don't have this wide mouth, right? So this, but in the end I think this should work. So just this is a bit too high, I think. So GZ, GZ, I'm not sure this is gonna work here. GZ, GG, I think something is a bit awkward here. Yeah, this orthographic, right, it's really challenging to realize. It looks like there's too much distance there, but it's just an illusion. Maybe it's because this, yeah, it's because of the inclination of the mouth in the character design. So this is, I'm a bit confused now about this, but I think the profile is more, it's safer to look at the profile than looking straight here. You see, this will be the correct look from, or actually not, this is the front view and this is, so if this is the front view, then probably yes, I should be exaggerating a little these features here, and even this, maybe moving this a bit here. And here we got a problem, so we need to maybe pull this up. GG. Let's bring this closer to the center, why not? And this GG, I don't know about this one, what GZGY, it's a lost vertex. It's really the one of the cornered thing, right? So it's very cornered. Yeah, can easily disrupt everything. And then we have this one for maybe this one, pull it forward, same there. Let's try this. Let's save here. It's protruding too much and this part is a bit awkward, right? So I'm lacking the confidence of the 2D drawing, so to elaborate this a little better. But it's not looking terrible, it's sort of working. But many things, little details, it's mostly achieved here. And here I have a problem that the inner part, this face loop, I think is the last one, right folks? Yeah. So it's just, I don't have, so maybe I should pull this like that and do some crazy stuff here. Yeah. So there's some alignment of the, right? Start to get some more regular. Right, so adaptation, right? So that should be acceptable. Nobody cares about what this, as it is not gonna appear too much. It just needs to be sort of regular, not too crazy. And here we can pull this. Yeah, so this is very important. The lips need some volume, so this is why I cannot just do anything on this particular one. So it is less rounded here, and I think although the vision here is not great due to this, in the end the shading is yeah, at the end it seems to be working. So something weird on the bases there. Let's fix this. What is this? Some intersection, I guess. What is this crazy thing here? I think I've made wrong additions. Yeah, I think I might have edited something on the basis instead at some point, like I'm doing here. Yeah, so it's very easy to mess up everything. So I think this is the kind of thing that even a lot of experience, it's very easy to mess up. So alright, let's go back. The problem is that now I go back, and as I solve this, it will disrupt what I've just fixed. So the problem is that I don't even know what's going on here. Yeah, this is very bad, but it should be relatively simple. I think I see what's happening. So this got this mesh here, it's very hard to fix, I think. GG. Oh, there's some, maybe this will help. All right. I see. Okay, so this is the outer, I think. Yes. That was a crazy disruption, a lot of time lost in this. I hope that by re-editing this I won't lose too much progress on the... So when I go back, so here see they got some inversion. So let's get... This is terrible because I've just messed up the... Can't I simplify even more then? Alright, so let's pull this forward and get it aligned here, sort of. Yeah, sorry folks, I think I cannot solve this today. I'll have to make this regular again, which is not too difficult. Yeah, the basis is completely irregular, so the idea here, actually the basis is easier to solve than the rest. So basically it's like, let's say you have here, I've made even a highlight of that, so get here, geometry, 3D cursor transforms orientation, and then we get like SZ0, of course not with those face, but actually I'll align everything with, let's say, this one, SZ0, and move up. Okay, so apparently this picked some wrong faces. So just these ones, SZ0, there we go. You see that we have some incorrect. So it's not this thing that is, it's some rotation here maybe. I can't remember if this is correct because of the mirror modifier. Yeah, so this is like very critical. I think no, it's no rotation of this kind, it's just it's all messed up. Yes, rotation on this, yes, so this is the rotation that I need. So GZ, GY, GX, yeah, GX. And then so we just get same here for this, and this. So SZ0 and G. I see that this is not super aligned, so have to do this again. So obviously okay, so this seems to be now not collaborating, or maybe it was this other one. I see where the faces go wrong with. intersecting, so S is 0, no, okay, so I don't got it. Anyways, if I there's releasing. Okay, now this is a line there. Okay, we're gonna mess. Yeah, this is the front, so gonna make this spreading because it's easier. Then as for now, I get this and finally. Why it took so long? So I don't know, it seems bugged that they just didn't respond the faces to the. Okay, so of course this fixes the base, but then I have to fix the starts to fix the bases, right, folks? GG, yeah, we need this. And maybe I could revise this technique I'm using here, but the reason I do this one is because it's much easier to extrude, not extrude, but to protrude the lips from the shape keys with this mesh in front than if all the mesh is here. This is very hard actually, if the mesh, all the mesh is here, so this is why maybe I could have even more subdivisions there than here. The universal sonic mount rig is just two phase loops here. Alright, so get this one here and let's get this one closer to the, yeah. Okay, so from the front we have this, but actually there is a hole here, there is a gap, very minimal gap, but that is the, yeah, so here we don't need to do anything, but this not necessarily disrupted the mount rig actually, because the positions are nearly the same now, but we got these slight things here, so let's try to make some slight readjustments here. This can help. And yeah, we're just gonna smooth this. Alright, so I think this didn't disrupt the mount rig. The mesh is essentially in the same position, right? So see, I'm not gonna test the armature deform. The question is that now we go back. So maybe I lock the bases, right, folks? Lock all the rest. I don't want any disruption. Reset everything. Is just this now. Okay, so it was not super disrupted, so I'll just work a little more here, and so here we can go creative, right? So this is the only good part. One of the good parts of shape keys. Morphs can be fun if we have some experience, if the problem is not super annoying. And if we like this technique, right? Yeah, so here we probably let's reduce these shapes here. and see the intersections, right? So yeah, fortunately I didn't lose so much of my progress, so that was a big I was lucky. Yeah, it is just the way it is, right? I was lucky or unlucky, but the fact is that the you see, by that fix what I got is just that it was reversed, so I just need to see what I want to be going up, what will be going back. This seems to be a mistake, so we need to be careful about this. I can even smooth these ones a little. Alright, so now let's keep expanding this structure here. Yeah, the top lip, right? The top lip needs a bit more protrusion, I think. Let's play more. Yeah, this curvature will be adequate. So it spikes a little here. We don't need this. Can get this closer. This can be much smaller. We can collapse this closer here. Maybe this is too much, right? But okay, the smoothing made some GY, GZ. Yeah, is this still working? I think it's still having some relevant effect. So let's pull this forward. We still have one face there, the bluish one, or I don't know what the color is, but yeah, so here we can get totally a shape like that. Then here we can bring this down. One day I'll learn to sculpting Blender better, and maybe I'll be solving this kind of issue with sculpting. Maybe it's better. Not sure for this case. It's too little slow poly, right? It's too easy to disrupt the shapes on many occasions. Pull this forward. Yeah, so here we need some. This face now is, we can have some important volume here. I see that now we have some problem with what is in front, so we need to make this aha, we can probably get these vertices here, even these ones. Yeah, let's pick all this and do the same thing. Mesh, no, vertices. I think, hope that, no, it cannot be blocked, so vertex, blend from shape, then not add from basis. There we go. And so here now we have another problem. By doing that we have some intersections, right? So this is not a base problem, right? It's just that there's no follow-up here. So maybe it is relevant. Yeah, so GG, let's try to... So some adaptation might be required indeed, so something like that. But not too much, right? So I see some intersection there. Is that the case? No, it was just an illusion. So it seems to be... Yeah, let's get these things better alignment. Let's recheck. Already locked the base to prevent any stupid mistake again. Okay, that seems to be... The profile is kind of poor, right? We can try to make some adjustments here. So this, for to be sure, I'll need to reassess from a model sheet, maybe just a drawing, and check also what I did for other models of this style, of my own style, how I solved the ellipse. Yeah, actually, we could have... Oh, I see. Hold on. I got some important faces there. No, it's these ones. I was not using these ones. GZ, GY, yeah, something like that. So they get planar, so you can start to round this. Now it's much better. And that this will end in the inner walls of the ellipse, which can just get something. And here we can probably move this up. Can do something like that. The curvature here is not correct, so I need to get this a little better. Starting to make sense. Also here we can get these faces to have more impact here. There's another missing. This one. Let's approximate this thing and just smooth this a little. Okay. Yes, it's not perfect, but I mean, it's not as good as I already did on another character, on another occasion. But we're getting somewhere. Yeah, maybe pull this. What is that? Okay, just some. Yeah, so you see how time consuming this is. Even model sheet, this is not, it's just hard work. I don't know any shortcut here. So best thing would be to just have a good precise plan or model sheet for an experience, right? This experience counts for making this. Alright, so this so this is what I'm calling this is not the normal size of the lips of the character, and so here is where I need to, yeah, so I need to design to shape the, all the colors are a bit distractive, right? So yeah, so if interesting, right? If I push too much the anatomic lips on the rest pose, which is a bit exaggerated, the lips tend to not be very nice in overall. They are too thick, right? So even though in the other pose the original rest position, so this is the problem of this particular rest position. Okay, because it's all posed here. So this might be a reason to make this more subtle than what I've made, or just instead of this will be the shortcut, right? Just okay, model, I made a bad model there, so just maybe reducing this, and here, so here see this is seems to be better. But I really like to have the perfect one, but maybe this is just pointless at this point, right? Why I don't need to be one, right? So if the shape is good, that this is the job done, right? Just remember that, for example, this will be the 0.578 whatever, or maybe 0.6, yeah, 0.6. This is the correct one, and so that means that, okay, let's get off this texture. No, it's not good. Not material, then object, single random attribute, I don't know. So now yeah, nothing here is good enough, so unfortunately. Okay, we can visualize what's happening. So you see that the lips now, they seem to be good. Yes, so I think this is the correction of the lips. The deforms there, we need to make some, this is a deformed thing, I guess, yeah, some vertex there on the back of the lip is lacking some wave paint, right? Proper wave paint, so this I was aware, this is something yeah, so this lips here, I think it's done. We completed the anatomic lips here, but now I need to get the lip. We take each of those, so with the anatomic lips already ongoing on this value, of course. So what I'm gonna do now is to the puff cheeks, I'm not sure if it requires that, but maybe it does. Yeah, maybe it does. Anyways, I can retake this, but this will be for later. It's the least important one regarding the lips, I guess. So I'm not gonna do this now, folks, so we're already doing this for too long. But at least we solved major problem. Let's check this finally retake anatomic active, yeah, so that, and then, well, yeah, and then maybe this will be a good one to get, yeah, and then we get this here. Could start perhaps from making this kiss one, and then we just try to yeah, what I'm doing here, just sorry folks, just getting this organized. It's hard to edit this stuff here. Okay, so I'm going to then finally, right, retake with active 0.5 atomic leap. So retake following, yeah, that's too long. Retake with active with an atomic leaps. Retake all, yeah, and that's it. This revised mechanism, then it's just some bonus thing that I can never, I have to make my mind, and then 2D rift, that then when we reach that, that will be the best part, and this just have to re-explore, but that's in principle it's already done. So I think that's it for now, folks. That's it for today. So getting this very, very clean and powerful, but at the expense of a lot of more time, but you see, this is very interesting. It's getting more and more interesting, right? Just need to solve a few more things, and then I think we can still, on this week, yeah, we can probably I can probably complete it, or at least if I do not complete this until Friday, at least we'll be able to start making the oops, not this. I'll be able to start making the mouth or facial expression. I have a collection here for 5D mouth expression. I'm using this show here, Has Been Hotel, because look at those mouth expressions. So this is my goal here, at least something close to that. Of course I'm doing 3D, not 2D, so certainly something close to this I can achieve already, but to pose them, right, it will be very hard. So this is why perhaps sometimes we need some puff cheeks, and that maybe I should revise it. Although those lines probably I can't achieve with puff cheeks, so this will be another problem. These can also be complicated. So some shapes on the mouth corners we can sometimes achieve. So this is tough, right? Now this I don't think I can achieve there with this current rig. It's just when the mouth goes that close to the eye, it will probably disrupt the. So you see, this is very, very tough. This something like that I can easily achieve at this point. This yeah, this is probably like, it's a bit difficult, but with the purse thing we can. So this is like, we need a lot of how to say, pose assets to not have to get these approximations, like those patterns. This is a really interesting thing to exercise, right, that animators do, right, or riggers animators. And yeah, so I believe here I'm capable of get at least close enough to 80% of these mouth shapes. It's not that I can match exactly the mouth shapes, but with certain degree of precision. So something close to this, yeah, no, maybe 60%. No, maybe less, because look at where the mouth is. So anyways, yeah, this is very, very deformed, very, very but I can get probably I can get the mood. So this is interesting. Well, I could try it now, maybe. Let's see. Yeah, but it's not gonna do this now, right? So just showing. Oh yeah, it's not that bad. Yeah, but you see, as soon as we get too close to the eye, then that would need, this is where I would need some sort of revision. So this will be even more another stage of, because what I'm doing here is still very crude. Like, it's like, oh, you can you do this expression? Yeah, I can. Here it's a some junk expression, but you can, right? But then what about the subtleties, the details? Or I even see some good animators there using on some YouTube, using some reference 2D reference, cartoony 2D reference drawing, right? And then he wasn't matching the expression because he knew if he put the mouth there at that corner, the mouth corner at that point, it will break the rig. And so you see that is really tough, right? So here, no bullshit, folks. Here is like the only bullshit is that it takes too much to get anything great, right? It's not a formula thing. And so this is why I'm probably migrating to some more tactile solution, which is of course 2D art into 3D, or with pencil and glass you can do crazy things, and it's getting better. So all this suffering here in many projects that I would like to make could be prevented, right? But it's very important to know that, because I spend a lot of time doing that, but I don't regret a single thing, because I've learned so much doing this that, well, it's not that I can rig anything, but this is like a school of rigging, and maybe you can learn something from that as well. So so many ideas that were explored here and back and forth, so this is interesting. So that's it, folks. Thanks for watching. Take care and happy blending. See you another day, maybe tomorrow will be back. All the weekdays I'm making this about this time. See ya, folks, and happy blending.